Hey, good morning guys, this is John. Beautiful day here. I'm walking along Sandy Hook Beach in New Jersey after my morning workout. If you've seen some videos, you see this is a common place I come to in the morning to read, write, exercise, walk the beach, and really clear my head and think about what I want to do in my life, my dreams, my goals, etc. So such a great way to start the day. If you're not an early riser, waking up around 4:30 and doing a lot before everyone else starts their day, trust me, I think you're missing out, but that's another video. I'm filming a video today because I read two very interesting articles which I want to share. One was from CNBC and one was from Bloomberg. And it talks about retirement, 401k, how long is that money going to last, and some interesting statistics they have. So, CNBC's article first. CNBC got a financial report from the financial company Fidelity, who did an analysis, the average 401k balance by each age bracket. So they said the average 401k balance for people in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, etc. What they found is that people in their 30s, this is US people, have an average 401k balance of $40,000 to $45,000. Is that a lot? Is that going to be okay in retirement? I don't know. Let's do the math, because the math is where it gets interesting. So $45,000, let's pretend, is the number. And instead of saying people in their 30s, let's say you're 30 years old. So you're 30 years old, you've got a 401k balance of $45,000. If you were to contribute $10,000 every year for 30 years, so that's $833 every month, month in and month out for 30 years. Sure, people can get contributions from a company, and let's pretend maybe companies on average give a match rate of 4%, maybe 5%, who knows, right? But I think it's fair. 10,000 is my number, even though the IRS limit is $19,000 a year. I don't know how many people are contributing $19,000 a year, but let's use 10,000. So $45,000 is your balance. You invest $10,000 every year for 30 years. And let's pretend that balance year over year grows an average of 6%. When you retire, your 401k balance will be $1.1 million. Like, wow, that's it. I'm set. Time to go on vacation. Let me get that nice car I like. Not so fast. 1.1 million is not what you get. 1.1 million is a pre-tax balance. So 1.1 million will be taxed based on your income tax bracket, which who the hell knows what the federal income tax laws are going to look like in 30 years. We've got a debt of $22 trillion. Money's going to be paid off somehow. You can rest assured it's going to come from tax. So we have to take some assumptions here. So let's pretend that after all the tax you get hit with, you get to keep 60% of that $1.1 million, which is $660,000. So now you have $660,000. That's the overall value of that. Now I know what you're saying. Oh, well, sure. I'm not going to take all that money out at once. I'm not going to take a lump sum payment. I'm going to take out, maybe I'll have them give me an annuity and I'll get a fixed amount of money every month or something like that. Look, these can go any which way, but at the end of the day, the money isn't yours. It's going to be taxed. So I'm taking an example that, look, I can't control the market. The market can go up and down. Now I'm in my retirement years. I'm not making any more money except what I'm earning in these in my 401k. I got to be very conservative. I got to take myself out of the market to the extent of being careful I don't lose my money. So I'm going to reshuffle my money into different plans or mutual funds, or I may just take it out and put it into a bank account that can gain, like Synchrony Bank online. He can get 2.5%, 2.25%. I mean, we can go any which way here, but the point is that $1.1 million in total value, if you extract it and move it into something safe, is going to be $660,000. $660,000 is now what you have. You're 60 years old. How long are you going to live? How much money can you use? You're going to be living in fear because you don't know if you can take out large expenditures. You maybe want to get a summer home. You want to get a new car. You want to go on vacation, cruises, etc. That money's going to go quick, whether you realize it or not. So, if you're 60 years old, in 2018, studies showed that the average person's living up to age 78. I hope I live longer than that. And as time goes on and the advances in science and medicine happens, people are going to start living longer. So, I mean, look, in Japan, people are living up to age 83. So, let's say you live to 85. So that's 25 years that you have left in your life, and you have $660,000 to work with. So 25 years, 12 months, a year, that's 240 months. So that's on average around $2,700 a month if you were to spread it out evenly. And $2,700 is what you're going to be living on. Okay, now you're going to take an assumption. I'm going to get Social Security. Okay, great. Is Social Security going to be around in 30 years? Who the hell knows? Okay, let's assume. Let's bank on that happening. Let's say you get $2,000 a year. I'm being really conservative. So instead of getting $2,750, you're getting $4,750 a month. Who lives on $4,700 a month? Now you got to start making big decisions. What's my mortgage? Am I mortgage free? Am I living in a right home? Do I have to downsize? Do I need to move to where the property taxes are lower? Do I have enough debt? Do I have my debt paid off? What are my medical conditions going to be? Am I going to have to pay off medical expenses? You know, the older we get, the more challenging situations we're going to have with our health. So it starts to get just really complicated. And another thing is with 401ks, if you keep your money in there longer, which is a good idea because it should grow with the law of averages, you're required to take out minimum required distributions at age 70 and a half. And if you don't, you're going to get up to a 50% excise tax. So it just starts to get really complicated. And my point is now you're living a life of fear, a life of worry. So we need to just focus not so much on just the 401k and how we're saving, but other alternatives of how we save, and maybe even just looking at what we're making in terms of income. Let's stop worrying about what we save. Let's worry about how we maximize our income, because then we're making more money and we now are able to store that money away and invest it. 401ks are not the only option, especially with them being pre-tax. So then you start looking into other options, whether they're Roth IRAs, which are after-tax dollars, and getting involved in investing in real estate. And if you're savvy enough, you can figure out how to invest in businesses, right? This is really where I would say the money situation and your income situation is going to look much different. So that's really what I wanted to talk about with this one article, because I just found it very interesting. And the other article, which was very interesting as well, real quick, was a Bloomberg article, which talks a little bit along the similar lines. And they found out that on average, people and their savings will have a 10-year runway short. That means that if you are living at age 85, on average, people's savings will last till age 75. Pretty scary, right? What are you going to do? You're going to work in a car wash? You're going to ring a register at a convenience store? If you're living in Japan, situation's even worse. On average, people's savings are 15 years short for two reasons. One, people living in Japan are living much longer by an average of a few years. Average age in the U.S. is 78. Average age in Japan of people, how long they live, is age 83. That plus studies show that people are much more conservative into how they invest their money, and the amount of interest and earnings they're gaining year over year is much lower. That's why their savings is not lasting as long. So combination of savings on average, today's numbers are showing that people don't have enough money saved, and they're going to fall short by 10 years. So they're going to have 10 years where they need to fill a gap of living money. How stressful is it going to be being 65, 70 years old, not having a job and not having any savings? It's crazy. And even the years leading up to that, you can see the trends going downward. What's your stress level like there, not knowing that you're scared and your fear that you don't have any money coming in, and where's this money going to go, and you thought this money was going to go further. So my simple message, guys, is wake up and start doing research and realize that there are many alternatives to the career game, right? It's not just about saving. It's about making money. How do you make the most money? Start there and then figure out how to store your money, not save it over so many years of time, and invest it so that you're able to compound that in a couple of different ways that mitigates your risk, diversifies a bit. And this is what I'm trying to do now, and why I started these videos, because I'm trying to chronicle my learnings, my journey, and hopefully help people along the way. Thank you guys so much. Hope all is well. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk soon.